The black Hebrew Israelites are anti-black. I'm going to say it. And I mean that because why is it so ratchet, so unfathomable, so horrible of a thought to reckon with the fact that black people, black Americans, descend from Africa? We come from Africa. It is what it is. There's nothing shameful about it. Okay? We were kidnapped. Our ancestors were trafficked. They were kidnapped and they were brought over to the Americas. What is wrong with accepting that? Okay? And then not only that, but it denies intellectualism. It denies logic. It denies facts. Okay? There's no way that the average African American descends from the Levant, aka Israel, Jordan, where the land of Israel, which is not the same as the state of Israel. There's no way we come from there. At least not directly. Okay? We come from Africa. And anyone who says that we're Native Americans, stop it. You're anti-black. Okay? I know that Africa has this bad image, etc., perpetrated by Western media. But black people come from Africa. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if you deny it vehemently, then you are being anti-black and you are perpetuating, the notion that nothing good comes from Africa.
All praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. This video is going to be a response to Hebrew Israelites are anti-black. All right, and this is a short video I came across off of TikTok. This guy, now his title, his video is Black Hebrew Israelites are anti-black. Well, and that's the thing. You sit there calling us black Hebrew Israelites, then you say we anti-black. It's like it's so fucking stupid. The more accurate title would have been Hebrew Israelites are anti-African. Why do these people are goofy as hell. It's aggravating. But his whole thing is that he claims we descend from Africa and there's no record of us, or there's no way we came from the Levant. See, all these are just terms you're just throwing out there. Like there's no such thing as Israelites, or that we're not the Israelites. For number one, we are the Israelites. Number two, the Israelites don't descend from the Hamites, neither do so-called black Americans. We don't descend from Africa. The word Africa is not in the Bible. There's no place known in the Bible as Africa. You got to go back to the ancient names of these places. The people that you refer to as Africans, they are the sons of Ham or Hamites. The Israelites descend from Jacob. See, Jacob's name was later changed to Israel. That's why we call the Israelites. The Israelites, which really is Yasharallah. Now, let's get a few quick scriptures here. Prove what I'm saying. Number one, a lot of you believe that, and you can just classify people as black. There's no group of people, like everybody in the whole planet, that you would regard as so-called black or related. There's different divisions of people. For number one, all nations have melanin other than Esau, Edom. Everybody else, all the other nations have melanin, different amounts, and they may look different, but you got people in every culture, right, that are regarded, and you even got some people that are Edomites that are also brown skinned. You might even have some that are black that go back to Esau. You see, it's just, you can't use those terms. It's according to your father's lineage, what people you go back to. But when you use a word like descend, right, or descendants, that means you come from that people. You're really just talking about a landmass, right? Now, we never said one time that they didn't get us from the land of Africa. You're getting it confused, right? They got us from the land of Ham, but that ain't where we descend from, and that's not where we were prior to them. It's just like saying a bunch of us are raised over here in Babylon the Great. All of us, pretty much, in this generation, were born and raised here. Are we Americans by nationality? No. Number one, the word America is not in the Bible, and it's not a nationality. It's just a landmass wherein we were born. But where were we before this? Before we was in the land of Ham, where's our original birthplace of our people? the land of Israel. Now, Hamites and Israelites are different people. A lot of you can't get past that because you keep classifying everybody as black, or all these nations as black. That's just a phrase that was put on us. Here's the word black from the dictionary: of the very darkest color owing to the absence of or complete absorption of light, the opposite of white. Right here, verse 2, belonging to or denoting a human group having dark colored skin, especially of sub-Saharan African ancestry, and we're not from that group. Okay? And even people that you would describe as Africans, which they're not Africans, they're Hamites, they're not even considered. There's really no such term as black. Look here. And I mean, that's pretty much it. We don't have to go there, all that much. Now, we know that the Israelites and the Hamites were similar in the fact that they come from dark-skinned people, but they're from two different nations, two different people groups. This is Exodus 11:7. But against the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Who did the Egyptians come from? They came from the sons of Ham. Mizraim, to be exactly, was one of the sons of Ham. Who did Israel come from? Jacob. Now, they're both described in the scriptures as a dark-skinned people. Okay, we know the Hamites were dark, but the Israelites are also described as a dark-skinned people, but they come from a different father, a different landmass, and all of that. If we go real quick, let's see here, let's go to the book of Job 30 and 30. This is what it says. Job was an Israelite. Job 30 and 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat. You got that? So Job was a dark-skinned man, but we know that the sons of Israel did not come from the children of Ham. They came from their own lineage. If you go to the table of nations, is it Genesis 10? Doggone it. Bear with me here. Let's go there real quick. Genesis 10. Genesis 10 verse 1. Now these are the generations of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. You got Japheth first. Then you got Ham right here. Verse 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Cush is Ethiopia. Mizraim is Egypt. Put is who? Libya and Canaan. Right? And even after that, you got other sons that were born of them. Now, let's go here. Verse 10. I'm sorry. Genesis 10:21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, the East Indians, Ashur, right, is where you get those Ninevites that came forth later on, Arphaxad and Lud and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, Hul, and Gether, and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons, the name of the one Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan or Joktan. Now, if you go down into the later on in there, and we really descend from that line where Eber came forth. See, Eber came forth. After that, these are the sons of Shem after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. And then you go through Noah, and later on, right here, Arphaxad begat Salah, Salah begat Eber, and from there you go, what? Eber, let me see here, just bear with me here. Damn it, this thing here don't want to give me what I want. I'm trying to rush through this, so bear with me here. This afternoon break. Yeah, let's start right about Genesis 11 and 7. Yeah. So you got up here Eber, and Eber, Genesis 11:17. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. And then you go on down, right? Then you get here, Verse 26, and Terah lived 70 years and begat Abraham, Nahor, and Haran. See? And our line will go after Abram. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. Right? On and on and on. Let's see if we go into the next chapter. I don't know if it's going to give us what we want. But that's the line we descend from. Yeah, see, from Abram. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, Genesis 12:1, and from thy kindred and from thy father's house into a land that I will show unto thee. And we all know from Abraham came who? Jacob and Isaac, right? And as well as other sons, but we descended from Jacob. A completely different line than the sons of Ham, okay? And now let's see here. We go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew real quick in the New Testament. Verse 2. Abram begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren. You can follow that line all the way, right, until you get after Jacob, men became Israelites, man. Genesis 35 and 11. Come on, baby. Now I want to mess up on me. Genesis 35 and verse. Goodness. And you know, for a video like this is even over that dude's head. A lot of you don't like to trace things back. So we know we came out of Jacob. Genesis 35 and 9. And the Most High appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Padan Aram and blessed him. And the Most High said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called anymore Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And the Most High said unto him, I am power almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. See that? And there it is. So all the way down from, you got all the way back. We come out of Shem. The Hamites come out of Ham, the Africans. Now, when we were in the Holy Land, and let's go right here. We can show you that. Egypt, Psalms 105, showing you there's a difference also. Psalms 105 and 21. It says, he made him Lord of his house and ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure and teach his senators wisdom. It's talking about Joseph. Israel came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. The land of Ham is where? So-called Africa. It said Jacob sojourned there. If you look up the word sojourned, what does it give us here? To sojourn, abide, dwell in, dwell with, remain, inhabit, be a stranger. Why were we a stranger in the land of Ham if we was from there? See, we sojourned there because we're not originally in that land. That's not our land. Be a stranger, be continually. To sojourn, dwell for a time. To abide, stay, temporarily dwell. That's the key. We temporarily dwelled in the land of Ham, wherein we were gathered up and sold into slavery. If we look up the word sojourn here, let's do it from Google in a modern dictionary. Sojourn, a temporary stay. Is there anywhere in the scriptures where it say that would happen to us? Yes, it's in the scriptures. In Luke 21 and in various other places. At the time when the Romans besieged Jerusalem, we were driven out of our land. And the Lord talked about it. Luke 21 and 20. And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. And I beg your pardon. In the translation it says, the NLT says, now when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then you will know that the time of its destruction has arrived. So we were surrounded by armies. What armies? The Roman armies. Verse 21 says, then let them which are in Judea. Judea is not the land of Ham, a whole nother landmass. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. The mountains represented what? The landmass of so-called Africa. It was the closest landmass at that time to the land of Israel. It was the closest landmass. We will flee. Some of us was destroyed, killed there in that land, right? They weren't able to leave or go out, or come in or go out. Nobody was able to go in and come out. Some escaped and fled to the mountains. That was the land of Ham. Historical accounts measure up to this. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter therein too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there should be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. So the Lord he prophesied that while he was on the scene. He said the time is going to come, right, that you ain't going to see Jerusalem one stone upon another. It's going to be laid flat. It's going to be laid down. Soldiers going to come in here, and they're going to kill everybody up. And we were driven out. Some of us fled into the mountains, to the interiors of Africa, and after a few generations or a few hundred years, we were spread all out in that land. And then when the so-called white man and the Hamites got together, the Hamites rounded us up and sold us into slavery. So yeah, they did get us out of the land of Ham, right? But we wasn't from there. We sojourned there. And that's the key verse. We sojourned in the land of Ham. We were strangers there. It wasn't our land. You fool. You booby. You just like these Edomites. You think because somebody's in a land, that's their land of their nativity. No, man. It's just like us being over here. This ain't our land. We were born here, but it ain't where we're from, man. And when you say we anti-black, we just against being called so-called Africans. And there's no people known as black, by the way. I mean, we're known as that, but there's no nationality of people called black in the Bible. We're not reckoned by that name by the Heavenly Father. He ain't going to say, all you people from the nation of black, I'm going to save you. Just like there's no white. There's no red people. There's no yellow people in actuality. And like you stupid Christians like to say, well, it doesn't matter if you purple or polka dot or green. Well, ain't no polka dot people. Ain't no green people. Ain't no purple people, you idiots. You say that because you're trying to be outlandish, showing that the Lord, like everybody's reckoned by a color. Fuck that. These so-called white men came up with classifying people by colors. You came up with that. And this dude right here is lost, man. He don't know what's going on. Now, verse 24 says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword. How? In the land in which we dwell, Jerusalem. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So we're going to be exiled into all different lands. And that goes right back to Deuteronomy 28 and 64. It does. Deuteronomy 28 and 64 says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Now I know jakes like this, they're gonna try to say we ain't from Africa, man. We're not Africans. Okay? We're not Hamites. We're Israelites. And the Israelites didn't come from the land of Ham. You see? That's the new thing, lately. They want to throw the black back on us. Take that black cover, and throw it on them. We're not classified. People are not classified by skin color. That's just how you boobies do it today because of what Esau has done. He cast a covering on all nations. But we taking the cover back off through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And we're not anti-black. We're not necessarily anti-African or anti-Hamites. We're just making a difference. We're not Hamites. The Hamites going to be our slaves. The Lord even says that we're going to enslave them too, ye Ethiopians. Now, if the Most High's people was the Ethiopians, you think he would say, well, let's read it. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 12. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword. See, so the Most High said he's going to slay the Ethiopians, the Cushites. Now, if we go to the book of Amos, the Most High was very specific about Tyrie and Zidon, and they were Hamites. Amos 1 verse 9. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrie, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. What did Tyrie do? Because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant. But I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrie, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Now, when you go into Joel 3, it tells you what Tyrie and Zidon did unto the Israelites. That's why the Lord said he's going to punish them. Joel 3 and 4. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyrie, which is Tyrus, and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? What did they do, Lord? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. There you go. See? So he's gonna pay them back for what they done. Now, if you look up this term right here, Tyrie and Zidon, when you go to Zidon or Sidonians, right? Sidon, what does it say right here? In the sense of catching fish, fisheries, Sidon, the name of a son of Canaan, and of a place in Palestine, Sidon, Zidon. Before them Palestinians got over there, you know, with your Arabs, you had who living there? Hamites were living there. Tyrie and Zidon together was an ancient Phoenician city, a great naval power. And what did they do later on? They sold the children of Israel to the Grecians, the so-called white man. And that's it, man. If you can't get it, I don't give a shit. Whoever can't get it, it ain't for you anyway. So, you know, that's the response to this video. Black Hebrew Israelites are anti-black. This is all kind of confusion with this nigga right here. But he gonna be destroyed. He just mad because we're not dirty Watusis. That's all. No, we Israelites. We're a royal people, man. And that's it.